Hare Krishna, dear devotees. Thank you for joining today. We want to receive the blessing of Radha Madhav, Radha Shyam Sundar, Krishna Balaram, Bal Gopal, Gonitai, Nrsingadev Bhagwan, Ramachandra Bhagwan, Srila Prabhupada, Guru Maharaj, and the assembled devotees. So we continue with Shri Vrajdham, glories of Shri Vrajdham Mahimamritam, glories of Vrindavan, Braj.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji,
Hare Krishna.
and all the devotees. Hare Krishna.
So we've looked at, okay, so far, Jaya Radhe, Jaya Krishna, Jaya Vrindavan, Shri Govinda Gopinath, Mata Namaha, Shyama Kanda Radha Kanda, Giri Govardhan, Kalindi Yamuna Jaya, Jaya Mahavan, Yeshigata Bamsi Bata, Vata Sakana. So that's where we reached yesterday. And then Jaha Sabalila Koilo Srinanda Nanda. And then we'll cover Srinanda Yashoda Jaya Jaya Gopaga Sridamadi Jayo Jayo Denu Vatsaga. So let's go to the next bits now. Such a beautiful bhajan, this one. And if we can sing this very regularly, it really sets the mood of our devotion, which is Radha Krishna and Vrindavan. So we talked about Keshiga. I don't see what that's kind of. Now, Nanda Yashoda. Nanda Yashoda means Nanda, Maharaj, father, and Yashoda Mai, mother. This is father and mother of Krishna. Of course, God has no father and mother, but he accepts the loving mood of a father and mother, especially in the form of Nanda and Yashoda. They're actually non-different from him, practically speaking, because they are such integral parts of the Supreme. Jagannath Das Babaji says, if you call out Krishna, he may listen or may not. But if you call out Yashoda, his attention will be captured. Same with Chaitanya. Call out Jai Satchinandan. These names will hit the sensitive nerves close to Krishna because these are devotees who are so close to him. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is actually non-different from Krishna, but he's a combination of Radha and Krishna. So you call out Chaitanya, Jai Satchinandan, Krishna becomes attracted. How fortunate is Nand Maharaj and Yashoda Mai, who would teach Krishna, Balaram to walk, talk, bathe, etc. The Lord who sleeps on the ocean of milk came to drink the breast milk of Yashoda Mai. So he actually sleeps on this ocean of milk, but yet he came to drink the breast milk of Yashoda Mai. This is such a incredible contradiction. This is one of the transcendental contradictions. They are eternal associates of the Lord. We want to go back home, back to Godhead, but the only way who can make Krishna come home is Yashoda Mai. So this is another wonderful aspect of the devotees of the Lord. They can make Krishna come home, like Yashoda Mai or Nanda Maharaj, because their love is so deep, so great, they can actually control the Supreme Lord. She encouraged Krishna to read scriptures. So sometimes Krishna was always in this playful mood and he would never leave his flute. So sometimes Mother Yashoda would sit him down and make him read the scriptures. The one who has, who is the fountainhead of all scriptures, is made to read the scriptures. Significance of Gopagan. Gopa means his friends. Also means Gupta, confidential. Very popular name, Gupta. So it comes from Gopagan. It means confidential. Friends are very confidential. All the boys would be differently engaged. Some boys blew their flutes, others blew bugles made of horn. Some imitated the buzzing of the bumblebees, and others imitated the voice of the cuckoo. Some boys imitated flying birds by running after the bird's shadow on the ground. Some imitated the beautiful movements and attractive postures of the swans. Some sat down with the ducks, sitting silently, and others imitated the dancing of the peacocks. Some boys attracted young monkeys in the trees. Some jumped into the trees, imitating the monkeys. Some made faces as the monkeys were accustomed to do, and others jumped from one branch to another. Some boys went to the waterfalls and crossed over the river, jumping with the frogs. And when they saw their own reflections on the water, they would laugh. They would also condemn the sounds of their own echoes. In this way, all the cowherd boys used to play with Krishna, who was the source of the Brahman effulgence for Gyanis, desiring to merge into that effulgence, who is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, for devotees who have accepted eternal servitorship, and who for ordinary persons is but another ordinary child. The cowherd boys, having accumulated the results of pious activities for many years, were able to associate in this way with the Supreme Personality of Godhead. How can one explain their great fortune? So these cowherd boys, they had such incredible pastimes, relationships with the Supreme Lord, as they were friends. They were uh, on this equal level as a Supreme Lord. The Lord would not treat them like servants or inferior to him. He treated them on an equal level. And the boys, they were so attracted, so attached to Krishna. They would do anything for him. So this is in the Srimad Bhagavatam, 10th canto, 12th chapter, 7th verse to the 11th verse, how these gopas did their activities, pastimes with Krishna. Sri Damati is mentioned first of all the gopas because he is Radha's elder brother, Sri Damati, Sridhar, and he's very intimate friend of Krishna. So this is the elder brother of Krishna, Radharani, sorry. Amongst the assembly of Sakhas, eternal Gopas, four are foremost. Sridham, this is the same, Sridham, Sudama, Vasudama, and Kinkini. And they are in full knowledge of all his secrets and assist in his pastimes. So this is in Jiva Goswami's Laghu Toshani Bhagavatam. Sridhama, Sudama, Vasudama, and Kinkini. Very interesting name, Kinkini. These four sakhas are not different from Krishna himself. It's just the way Nanda and Yashoda are not different from Krishna. They're pretty much the same because they're part of Krishna, a very integral part of Krishna. The embodiment of Krishna's intelligence is Sridhama. The embodiment of his ego is Sudama. The embodiment of his heart is Vasudama. Embodiment of his mind is Kinkini. So they're so integrally connected with Krishna. Yet they're also separate from Krishna to give him pastimes, enjoying loving pastimes, so that they can perform lila, which they all enjoy. They would participate in his most confidential pastimes, like the stealing of the garments of the gopis. They would engage all the gopas in playing games with Balaram and Krishna, who would sometimes carry Sridhama on his shoulders. This is from the Chaitanya Bhagavat. Amazing how the Lord would play ordinary games But of course, these are not ordinary pastimes with his loving devotees. Significance of Denu Vatsagan. Denu means cows. Vatsa are the calves. Krishna is known as Govinda, one who gives pleasure to the cows, and Gopal, one who protects cows. So, on Gopastami, when Krishna first took Gomata to the forest to graze, Yashodamai didn't want him to go. But Krishna came of age. So he asked his father, please allow me to go to graze the cows. Yes, Prabhupada.
Hare Krishna. Prabhuji, can you go to the previous page?
Sure. Yes.
Where you said about this Gopas were making all different faces and playing and
Oh, that one.
one.
Yeah. Yeah.
I want to make sure. So why were these boys doing all different things?
Oh, they just wanted.
There's a bumblebee,
Ah.
flying birds, cuckoo, shadow.
Yeah, they were just playing around. They were just fooling around with Krishna and Balaram.
And they are Gopas, isn't it? They are
They are
not
Gopas, the
boys.
close friends of Krishna.
Of Krishna. All right. Look,
Yeah.
he says some boys went water, crossed the river, jumping with the frogs. I was just wondering why they were doing this, but as you said, they were just all playing with them.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, just carry on, Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna. Thank you. Yeah, so Gopastami. This is when Yashodamai said to Krishna, okay, you can go. Finally, she gives permission. You can go to the fields with the go-matas, but you will have to wear shoes. So Krishna said, okay, I don't mind. But then you'll have to make shoes for all the go-matas. There were 900,000 go-matas. Times that by 4, 3.6 million shoes Yashodamai would have had to make. And she said, no, that's okay. You go. Krishna would call the cows by his flute and keep count on beads. So Krishna also has a bead bag, has beads and a bead bag, and he also does his mala. His japa is calling out the names of the cows. He knew the names of the cows. Yes, Bhavin?
Sorry, by mistake.
Oh, okay. Yes, Priyanjali.
How many cows did Krishna have?
His father had 900,000, 9 lakh.
How many would that be in numbers?
900,000 cows, nearly 1,000,000 cows. It's a lot of cows. And he knew the names of every cow. And he would play a flute, a tune, a certain tune, and the Gaumatas, a certain group of the Gaumatas would come to him. Sometimes the Gaumatas would run away because they wanted to hear Krishna call out their name. So he would call out, Kalindi! And that Gaumata would come because they really wanted to hear Krishna speak their name. So Krishna would call the cows by his flute, keeping count on his beads. He knows the names of all the 9 lakhs of cows. He was bathed in cow urine after killing Putana. So you can see the importance of Gaumata. He was only 6 days old when he killed Putana, and they bathed him in cow urine after he killed Putana. See the importance of Gaumata. Krishna expanded himself as all the calves for 1 full year spent as being the cow. When Brahma kidnapped the cowherd boys and the calves. She is so important that to install the deities on the temple, you need this panchagavya, the 5 ingredients from the cows. And what are these 5 ingredients? Milk, ghee, yogurt, cow urine, and cow dung. 5 things. Then we look at the next part of the bhajan, Vrishabhanu and Kirtida. So these are very important devotees. They are, Vrishabhanu and Kirtida, the father and mother of Radha Rani. Kirtida, sorry. Kirtida is extraordinarily beautiful. Oops. And Vrishabhanu, although he's not so tall, his heart is very large. His skin is of a golden color. He's 50 years of age and his beard and hair are long. They love Radha. Did Priyanjali, did you have something to say?
No, Babuji.
Okay. They love Radha. They're father and mother of Radha. Yashoda heard that her friend Kirtida, the wife of Vrishabhanu Raj, had found a girl of exquisite beauty in a lake. But she was blind. So she wouldn't open her eyes. She made a promise that she will only open her eyes when Krishna came near her. So Kirtida and Vrishabhanu, they were always worried about Radharani. Why is she not opening her eyes? So one day Narad Muni came to have darshan of Radharani. And they asked Narad Muni, what do we do? We have a problem. And Narad Muni said, don't worry, just invite Yashoda Mai and Nanda Maharaj and make sure their little child comes with them. So one day they did. They were invited. And going there, Yashoda Mai took Krishna with her. Krishna went up to the beautiful girl. Suddenly she opened her eyes and saw the boy Krishna first. Vrishabhanu Dati Navashashilekha Lalita Sakhi Guna Ramita Vishake. Rupa Goswami describes that the family of Vrishabhanu is compared to the milk ocean. And from this, the moon has arisen as Radharani. So beautiful a comparison. As the moon, Srimati Radharani has come from the ocean of Vrishabhanu's fortune. The fortune of Vrishabhanu is compared with the ocean. And from there sprung Vrishabhanu Nandini, Shri Radhika. So Vrishabhanu is such a fortunate soul. Purnamasi. So this is part of the bhajan. This is the next slok. We'll just go and check that sloka in a little while. Purnamasi is mentioned in this verse, in this song. She is the mother of Sandipani Muni. Yes, Prabhupada.
Sorry, Hare Krishna Prabhuji. So are you saying when Radharani was born, until she started growing up, but when she was born, her eyes were closed.
She didn't open her eyes.
She didn't even open the eyes. I mean, as she was growing up, she still didn't open the eyes.
No, but she was quite young when Krishna came. Maybe 6 months at the very most.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you. Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Thank you. Purnamasi is the mother of Sandipani Muni, teacher at Avanti, that's Ujjain, of Krishna Balaram. So Purnamasi is a very powerful personality. She is the grandmother of Madhu Mangal, who is the Gopa friend of Krishna. He is the big chubby Brahman friend of Krishna. And also she's the grandmother of Kuntalata. She is the disciple of Narad. So Purnamasi is a disciple of Narad. Wow, that's interesting. Purnamasi is an astrologer. And as she is an old lady, she makes arrangements for Radha and Krishna's loving meetings, but does not enter the forest. She expands as Srimati Radharani. As Vrinda Devi, She expands as Vrinda Devi in Madhurya Ras, who enters the forest to fulfill the arrangements. So Purnamasi's first expansion is Vrinda Devi. She's also known as Yogamaya, Shakti, who connects jivas to Krishna. So Purnamasi is a very important person for us. She protects the Dham and decides who can enter and who can understand as well. She gives that knowledge by which we can understand the divine couple. She serves all the Vrijavasis and she solves all problems in Vraj. So whenever there is an issue, they go to Purnamasi. She takes care of everyone there. She has white hair, an effulgent golden body. She is slim and always smiling and blessing. Oh, she does not eat grains. She only takes milk, buttermilk, and fruits. Day and night, she's engaged in service, which is pleasing to all the Brijavasis. Very powerful personality, Purnamasi. And then we have Abhira Nagari. Abhira Nagari means the young cowherd maidens of Braj. So there's this verse, which is from the Chaitanya Charitamrita. Okay. Ishwara Rag Shakti Haya Etina Pakara Eka Lakshmi Gana Pure Mahisi Ganakara Vraje Gopi Gana Ara Sabate Pradhana Brajendra Nandana Yate Swayam Bhagavan. The energies, the concerts of the Supreme Lord are of three kinds. So three types of consorts. There's the Lakshmis in Vaikuntha, the queens in Dwaka, and the gopis in Vrindavan. The gopis are the best of all, for they have the privilege of serving Shri Krishna, the primeval Lord, the son of the king of Braj. This is Chaitanya Charitamrita, Adi Lila 179 to 80. So the primary eight gopis are considered the foremost of Krishna's devotees after Srimati Radharani. And their names are, so we've gone through these wonderful gopis, at least a little idea. Lalita Vishaka Champaklata, Chitra Tunga Vidya, Induleka, Ranga Devi, and Sudevi. Significance of Gopeshwar Vrindavan Mach. Gopeshwar Vrindavan Mach refers to Lord Shiva, Gopeshwar, who guards Vrindavan to assist in the pastimes of the Lord. Shiva heard the flute of Krishna in Kailash and came to Braj. He wanted to participate in Ras Leela, but Yogamaya stopped him and guided him to Tulsi. Yogamaya is Purnamasi, and guided him to Vinda Devi, Tulsi Devi, who turned him into a gopi. So no male other than Krishna can enter the Ras Leela. That's why Lord Shiva was turned into a gopi. The Krishna offered him the post of Ras Dwarapal, gatekeeper of the rasas, i.e. the protector of the dhams. And when we go to Vrindavan, we first visit Gopeshwar Mahadev temple before having darshan at any other temple to seek Lord Shiva's permission. This is very important to do that. At Nandgram, Shiva is Nandeshwar Mahadev. At Govardhan, he is Chakaleshwar Mahadev. At Radhakund is Kundeshwar Mahadev. At Kanvam, he is Kamleshwar Mahadev. At Mathura, he is Bhuteshwar Mahadev. He is the topmost Vaishnav. So Vaishnav Nam Yatha Sambhu from the Srimad Bhagavatam, 12th canto. So this is very powerful. Lord Shiva is such an important, integral part of Krishna's pastimes. Significance of Krishna Sakabhatu Dvijaraj. Krishna Sakabhatu Dvijaraj. Krishna's friends, the best of Brahmins, the Madhu Mangal, whose nickname is Bhattu. Bhattu. Bhattu is here, big one, because he's a chubby fellow. Madhu Mangal has a slightly dark complexion. He wears yellow garments and a garland of forest flowers. His father is Sandipani Muni. And we know the mother of Sandipani Muni, that is Purnamasi. His mother is Sumukhi Devi. His sister is Nandimukhi Devi. His grandmother is Purnamasi. He's an expert comedian who always plays the buffoon. He's a constant companion of Lord Krishna. He makes Krishna laugh. He makes Krishna laugh. Wouldn't it be amazing if we were in a place where we could make the Supreme Lord laugh? Well, Madhumangal is like that. Madhumangal would eat more than all the others, especially laddus, of which he was very fond. Then, after eating more laddus than anyone else, Madhumangal would still not be satisfied. He would say to Krishna, if you give me one more laddu, then I shall be pleased to give you my blessings, so that your friend Radharani will be very much pleased with you. The Brahmins are supposed to give blessings to the Vaishyas. Krishna was the son of Nanda Maharaj, a Vaishya. So the Brahmin boy was right in giving blessings to Krishna. Thus Krishna was very pleased by his friend's blessings. He would supply him with more laddus. So this is a wonderful relationship between Krishna and his associates. Ramagata lies on the bank of Yamuna. So here Balaram performed his rasa dance, and thus it's called Ramagat. Balaram is also known as Ram. His short name, Ram. After having stayed in Dwaka for a long time, Krishna sent Balaram to Vrindavan to relieve the Brajbasis of their intense feeling of separation. Balaram infused new life into the inhabitants of Brajbasis by his presence there. Balaram came here at Ramaghat with the gopis to perform his rasa dance. Completely intoxicated with Varuni beverage, he ordered Yamuna to come nearby. Considering him to be in an intoxicated state, Yamuna ignored Balaramji's orders, and thus displeased him. Balaramji scratched the land near the river of Ramghat slightly with his plow, and Yamuna realized his powers and immediately fell at his feet. Yamuna was, of course, forgiven. There is a temple of Balaram at Ramghat near the banyan tree where Balaramji performed his own ras dance. Rohini Nandan means the son of Rohini, Balaram. So who is this Balaram? Well, Krishna is the fountainhead of all incarnations. Lord Balaram is his second body. So the first expansion, if you like, is Balaram. They are both one and the same identity. They differ only in form. Balaram is the first bodily expansion of Krishna. He assists in Krishna's transcendental pastimes. He's the source of the entire spiritual world and is the Adi Guru, the original spiritual master. He expands himself as the paraphernalia of Krishna's pastime. So anything connected to Krishna is Balaram, actually. So Balaram is white, Krishna is black. That's the only difference. Balaram is the eternal companion of Krishna. He came as Lakshman with Ram, and later as Nityananda Prabhu with Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. He enhances the pastimes of Krishna. So one of the things he does, he's a troublemaker. So he told Yashoda Mai, yay, Krishna has eaten dirt. And Mother Yashoda came running to check Krishna's mouth. So he would enhance the pastime of Krishna. So let's just have a quick look at where we are. In the bhajan. Okay. So we are here. Srinanda Yashoda Jayo Jayo Gopagan Sridamadi Jaya Jaya Denu Vatsagan Jaya Brashabhanu Jaya Kirtida Sundari Jaya Purnamasi Jaya Abir Nagari Jaya Jaya Gopeshwara Brindavanamaj Jaya Jaya Krishna Sakha Vatu Dvijara. Then we did this Jaya Rama Gata Jaya Rahini Nandana. So we can stop there. And tomorrow we'll try to finish the rest. Any questions? Any comments? Yes, Priyanjali.
Before you spelled Dwarka with Dvarka, and then it was with W. So which is the correct spelling?
Dwarka.
Yes.
Yeah, you could spell it in different ways. Dwarka. 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 That's the most common way of spelling it. But some people spell it with Dvarka. Either one is fine.
Okay.
Thank you for asking, and thank you for your alertness, Hare Krishna. So let's stop there. Radha Krishna Bhagavan ki jai, Shri Vrindavan Dham ki jai, Braj Dham ki jai.